Hello and welcome back to Sunny Side Farm. Today we're going to talk about watermelon and what to do when you have an abundance of watermelon like we do. It's kind of late in the season. It's middle of October. Our watermelon's got a late start this year, but it seems like they're all starting to ripen now, and we don't know what to do with all of them. So we've come up with a couple ideas here. We're going to show you two different ways that we think we can preserve our watermelon so that we can enjoy it later on and even possibly next year.
Yep.
So let's get started. Okay, so let's take a look, see what this watermelon looks like. Hopefully this one's good.
Well, it's not getting any riper. The vines are starting to die back now, so.
I think that looks pretty good.
There you go.
Not bad for a middle of October watermelon. Looks great. So what we're going to do is we're going to get all the meat out of this watermelon, get the seeds out of it, and then we're going to show you the two different ways that we're going to preserve it. So both methods that we're going to do, it's best to get the seeds out as best you can. You're not going to be able to get all of them out, but
Taste it. Sweet.
well, that's probably one of the sweetest ones yet. That's pretty good. Still have a couple watermelons left in the garden. We haven't pulled those out yet, but we're going to make sure we get those out before the first frost.
I think we're going to rinse these seeds off and save those so that next year we've got plenty of seeds to grow more watermelons. These were heirloom seeds, so we'll be able to save them and go ahead and plant them for next year.
I said I wasn't sure we were going to get watermelons this year. I mean, we had a really strange weather pattern, and we got a lot of rain. Temperature was kind of all over the place, and the watermelons that we started died.
The ones I started indoors died, so we ended up buying plants at our local nursery, and they had some heirloom varieties, so that's what we bought, and they did finally take off, but it was a little bit late, so the watermelons are a little bit late this year.
Okay, so the first thing we're going to try is a watermelon infused vodka. We're going to do it two different ways. We have an organic vodka. We have our cut up watermelon, which we're going to take and we're going to put that into mason jars. And we're going to pour the vodka over it, but we're going to do two different things. So the first way we're going to do is we're going to take these wide mouth jars, we're going to fill these up with watermelon, we're going to squeeze the watermelon down to get the juice out. We're going to pour that juice off, and then we're going to fill the jars up with vodka. The second way we're going to do it, and so we know the difference, we're going to use the smaller regular mouth jars. We're going to fill these up to the top with watermelon, but we're not going to squeeze it, and we're just going to fill these up with vodka. We're going to let them sit for about 4 to 7 days, and then we're going to do a taste test to see which one is best.
Okay. Oops.
About the top. That looks good. So I needed to find something that would fit in the jar. I found this wooden mallet. And so you can see we got the juice in there.
We should put any more in there or not?
Okay, now we're going to strain this out in the sink. Okay, for our second jars, we're just going to fill these to the top with watermelon. We really have to wait 4 to 7 days?
I think so. I don't think it'll taste right if we don't. I don't know if we're gonna have enough. That's it.
Okay. We'll put some lids on these. And we're going to store these in a place out of sunlight for about a week.
Yep. So we've got a little bit of leftover watermelon that we'd cut up, and what we're going to do is we've got a cookie sheet that we lined with parchment paper, and you want to line it with parchment paper, otherwise the watermelon will stick to it. But we're just going to spread it out, and we're going to freeze it. And once it's frozen, we can put it in a large zip top bag, and you can just leave it in your freezer till you need it. I got it. They're great for smoothies. We made a little bit of a sorbet with one batch of it the other day, and it came out really good. So, you know, this watermelon is ready now, and it's not like tomatoes where you can make a bunch of tomato sauce and preserve it. This is what we've come up with to use all the watermelon up. All right, we're just gonna put that in the freezer. We've got a batch that I did earlier today. This is frozen. It comes off pretty easily from the parchment paper. Put this one in the freezer. And once it's all frozen, we can throw that in a zip top bag. All right, so we have our frozen watermelon. We're just gonna throw it right here in the food processor. I'm just gonna probably fill it maybe halfway up. And then I cut one lime. I'm going to squeeze all the juice from the lime in there. And start it. All right, looks a little like all dry. I've got a little bit of watermelon juice. You could add water if you didn't have that, or maybe a little more lime juice.
What about watermelon infused vodka?
Yeah, or watermelon infused vodka. We'll try that next week. Push it down the sides. I think that's probably better. Let me see. Yeah, that's much better. All right. Put this in a little. And it's thicker than a snow cone, or, you know, more like, I guess, sorbet is what it's like. You can't put this back in the freezer to save it for later. You pretty much have to eat it right now because it will solidify back into a solid chunk of ice.
But you can leave the watermelon in the freezer until you want to make these,
yep.
And that way you just make them when you're going to eat it.
That is so good.
This is the rest of the watermelon that we didn't use making these this sorbet now, so I'm going to put this back in the freezer. But we're going to enjoy some of this. That was really good.
This would be really good on a hot summer day, but
The nice thing is
we have it now.
Nice thing is there's no added sugar in this. It's just lime juice and the watermelon, so it's nice and healthy. It's refreshing. I've got some brain freeze going on right now.
Yeah.
But just a really nice treat. Okay, so it's been a week since we started our infused vodka with the watermelon. This one here is the one that we squeeze the water out of the watermelon first and then put the vodka in. Yeah. This one we just cut up the watermelon, put it directly in the jar and put the vodka on top. So I don't know if we'll be able to smell any difference.
A little watermelon, most of it still smells like vodka.
It smells like vodka. I don't know. I really don't smell the difference.
No, maybe a little more watermelon smell on this one. I'm not sure.
Okay, but what we're going to do is we're going to take we have a metal sieve here. We've got some cheesecloth. We've got a measuring cup. We're going to strain the watermelon out of the vodka, or strain the watermelon out of the vodka. We're going to save the watermelon because we have potential use for that later. So we're going to do that. And we're going to give each one of these a try separately, see if we can detect any difference between the two methods, or if it really doesn't matter which way you do it.
Right, and see if it was worth doing it at all.
Okay, so we're going to start, we'll start with this one. This is the one we squeeze the water out of the watermelon first. And we're just going to dump that extra watermelon in the bowl.
Okay.
Let's have a nice watermelon color.
It does. Looks pretty. I'm just going to go ahead and pour the second one in because it's the same kind, same one.
Yeah, and then we'll just, from the measuring cup, we'll put that back into the mason jar.
Just let a little more of this squeeze out. It looks nice. I don't know.
Yeah, it's
what it tastes
color,
like.
nice color
We'll
to it. Also going to see how much this made. So this batch, we got about a quart and a half, roughly. Okay, now we're going to strain the one that we
This one we did not squeeze any.
We did not squeeze the watermelon. We just strictly cut it up, fill the jar to the top, and put the vodka in.
Again, kind of squeeze a little bit of that juice out.
Okay, so we're going to take a tablespoon of each, put it in the glasses, and then we're going to fill the rest of the glass up with a
lime seltzer, I think would be good.
Lime seltzer, and see if we can taste the difference.
Got some lime seltzer here. All right, cheers.
That's good.
Yeah, it's good, but I don't really taste.
I can taste a little watermelon in this one.
A little bit.
Okay, we're married. We can share. Actually, it tastes about the same.
Yeah.
I really don't taste a discernible difference, so.
No, not overwhelmingly
Yeah.
watermelon flavor, but.
Okay, but so I think both of them were a success. I think both worked pretty well. I would probably just cut up the watermelon next time and not even bother with the squeezing out
Right.
step
throw it in
in
the
it,
jar.
because I don't think it really makes
No. It's a way to use the watermelon up when you got
much of a
a bunch
difference.
of it.
Because it's got alcohol in it, it'll preserve for a long time.
Yeah, I think it'll be good on the shelf for a while.
Okay, so we've got one other way we're going to test this, and we want to also use our watermelon that we took out of the vodka for this. And that is, we are going to combine the two methods that we did. We're going to make a smoothie with the frozen watermelon, but we're going to actually put a couple pieces of this watermelon that came out of the vodka and see how that works out.
We both really enjoyed this when we were.
It makes a really nice, like you said, it's like a sorbet,
Yeah.
but it's very refreshing. So I think what we're going to do is we're going to put mostly the watermelon, just the regular watermelon in,
Yeah.
and then we'll drop a couple pieces of the watermelon that came out of the vodka. Now I did try a piece of this, and it still had texture to it.
It's still seeping out more water, more vodka.
Yeah, vodka's kind of coming out of it, but actually the texture of it wasn't bad. I expected it to be mush and everything, but it still had structure to it. It still was crunchy. So we're gonna put a few pieces, and that'll add a little extra liquid to this. I think that's probably
good. Might have to add some. I don't have a lime, but I think I have lime juice in the fridge. Add a squirt of lime juice to it. And we'll see. Maybe a tablespoon or two. All right, let's see what this does. Let me see. Actually, it looks pretty good. I think. Yeah, looks pretty good.
I'll give it a taste test.
Yeah. Oh, I was gonna. It's good. I can't taste any of that.
You can't taste the vodka?
No.
Maybe we need to put more watermelon with the vodka in it.
What, another piece of watermelon? The vodka watermelon in it?
Yeah.
One more piece. Yeah. Make sure it doesn't have a seed. A couple of these had seeds in them. All right. One more piece. All right. Okay. There we go.
Okay, so let's give this a try. So, yeah, really, really good. Tastes a little bit of the vodka, not overpowering, but make a nice adult treat.
Mm-hmm.
Very refreshing. So I think what we're going to do is we are going to take and try to freeze the watermelon that we have left over that was in the vodka. We'll label that so we know that has the vodka in it, so we don't make a mistake and make a smoothie out of pure vodka watermelon.
Yeah, that would be good.
But we're going to label that separately. We're going to be able to use that later on if we wish to. We've got the regular watermelon that we have frozen that we can use now, throughout the winter or until it's gone. I got a feeling.
I don't think it's going to last long.
I don't think it's going to last long either. But so that'll about do it.
Yep.
Two of the ways we found that we can preserve our watermelon when you have an overabundance of watermelon, it's not going to last sitting out on the vine or in the fridge. So these two methods have, I think, worked pretty well for us. So we hope you enjoyed today's video. If you did enjoy today's video, please hit that like button. If you haven't subscribed to our channel, we would appreciate you hitting the subscribe button and subscribing to our channel. And until next time, we hope all your days are
sunny
side
side up.
up.